why you need to know my body count.
Because we're dating. I feel like that's something we should know.
It's not like you told me yours.
7.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, now tell me yours. I'm not gonna judge, I promise.
Ugh, fine. It's 18.
What?
18. See, I knew it. You're judging me. Look, it's not my fault. I had daddy issues growing up and I went to WVU for college.
Hey, what are you talking about? I don't care that you have 18 bodies.
Really?
Yeah, it was before you even knew who I was. Why would I judge you?
So you don't think I'm a or anything, right?
No, are you crazy? Like, who are men to tell girls what to do with their bodies?
Exactly. They can't.
Your body, your choice.
Yes, it is.
Look, if you're totally cool with letting anyone into your house, I am too.
Oh, you're so understanding. I have the best boyfriend ever.
Had the best boyfriend ever.
Wait, what?
Oh, I can't date someone who's the 18 guys.
But you just said you were okay with it.
Yeah, as a human being, I'm okay with it. You can do whatever you want. But as my girlfriend, no, what? 18? You can have more than me.
Good thing I didn't tell him the real number.
I am genuinely so happy that I've slept with 138 guys, and I have no regrets because it made me who I am. What the? Can we please put an end to this whole thing where women are proud of their hoe phase? And can we just put an end to the celebration of casuals in general? I am all for a redemption story, but there is nothing redeeming about this attitude. I am just so proud that I did something myself that I would never encourage my daughter to do. I am just so proud that I connected with someone enough to sleep with them and never talk to them again. I am so proud that I hooked up with one of my guy friends and now get to pretend like it never happened. Men and women need to start asking themselves this serious question and giving themselves a truly honest answer. When is the last time you had a one-night stand or some kind of casual hookup that you don't wish you could take back? It is one thing to forgive yourself for your mistakes, but it is another to pretend like they weren't mistakes to begin with. Our cultural standards will never improve if we act like consequences for our actions don't exist. So how about we drop the egos and just admit the things we got wrong?
So last night I was at this bar, right? And I met this girl and I'm like kikiing with her, like we're having a great time. And the topic of body counts comes up. And she asked my friend and I to guess. So him and I guess, and she's like, go up. Like him and I guess like 40 and 20. And she's like, think double. So it's like 80, and she's like, think more than that. And I was like, holy, right? And so I was like 100, and she's like, more. And I'm like, what the f? Shorty's body count was 152. She had a notes app. She pulled it out. She showed me this notes app of every guy that she had ever slept with, along with like keynote qualities. So like some of them like ate me out, was a munch, worked in finance, like played lacrosse, was French, like that kind of stuff. And then at the very bottom, she had like a tally of like repeat qualities that she had noticed in these men. So like, for example, like 5 of them were French, 10 of them were artists. And I was like, oh my God, like that's insane to me. Like, I'm never going to judge someone for what they do with their body. And also, I support women for their rights and wrongs. But I was just like, am I supposed to be keeping a list? Like, is that what people are doing? Because I'll be so honest, I don't even want to remember like 3/4 of the people that I've slept with, much less like 152 of them. Anyways, is that something that the kids are doing nowadays? Like, is that something I'm supposed to be doing? Should I like be keeping a list?
Is that something the kids, what is she, 11? Is that so? She's talking about what? You're talking about, you were a baby. That's also, so that's New York City. That's Houston Street. Mama can recognize it. I spent a lot of years in New York, so she's sitting on Houston Street. Okay, so 152, sterling. Oof, man alive. Should she be, she asks, she's inviting you to answer, should she be keeping a list? What do you say to a girl like this who's clearly taken a bit aback by 152, but has quite a stack of her own, shall we say?
To be fair, I kind of respect the fact that she's kept a document.
A notes app?
No, like, and she's taken notes and she's identified like all these like common variables. Actually, this the autist in me is actually kind of impressed by this.
Would you date her though?
No. I'd probably now when I slide into the ad number 153, probably that wouldn't be too hard by the sounds of it.
Okay, so how do you tell? Because girls lie. They're liars, right? Let's just say they lie about their body count all the time. So are you able to tell a high body count girl without their confession?
Yeah, you could. Especially,
how do you tell?
By the way they react to you. Like, you can, by how feminine and compliant they are. Like how much pushback is there? Is a certain energy? Because
it's like a submissive energy if they don't have a high body count. You're saying,
yeah, in generally speaking. And now you're never gonna. You're right. No woman's ever gonna tell you the number. They're always gonna lie about the number. In fact, my friend Paul Benjamin, he has a very interesting trick.
Oh,
and his trick is what you do is to figure out roughly what a woman's body count is you ask her what would be an unacceptably high body count for a man to have.
Okay.
And whatever number she gives you, hers is probably just below that.
Ooh. So if they say like 100, I mean, how do you even get into one? I don't even I mean, I know I'm slightly older. I won't say old because, audience be nice. But man, I don't know anyone that was doing that. Even the girls that were like nasty in high school and college and were not even approaching. And in my 20s, even like the worst of the worst. I remember working at a bar and a girl used to drink, she used to drink Bailey's in the morning with her coffee. And it was just, every day was like a different guy. But even that girl, I mean, 152 is kind of, I don't know. Is this what people are encountering? Is this real or is this what guys are encountering?
This seems like in New York, I can very much believe that.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like from what I've heard about the New York dating scene is that it very transactional, very.
I grew up there. It wasn't like, I mean, it was always, a little transient, shall we say, but not to this extent. What I love too is this, like, I'm not going to judge you. You notice how they have to put that in?
Yeah.
The caveat of like, oh, I support the sisterhood. I'm not going to judge a woman if she's got a body count of 145, even if she's got the crow's feet and still doing it. Like it's just they are told, these young women are told that this is a sign of empowerment and that they have to endorse it. So even though she's saying, oh my God, she's got to come in and give her like, I don't mean to judge nonsense.
Something instinctually in her is judging though.
Right. They know it.
Yeah, she knows it by the virtue of the fact that she has to say she's not judging. She's like trying to suppress something that is innately trying to come out of her anyway.
And that's a good point because then do these girls know that ultimately what they're doing is going to hurt them? Because it will hurt, right? If you, it's not just the number, right? Because they can lie about that. But if they get to say 35 and they've got a body count of 152, God, man alive, they're going to have all that damage because it's damaging to.
Body count matters. And if you think it doesn't, it probably means yours is too high. And I believe people need someone that looks like me to say that, to really believe it and let it sink in. Too often I'm seeing issues with young women in their early 20s and even in their teens that go around sleeping with their entire school. And then they wake up at 35, unmarried, unhappy, fat, and they're wondering, what happened? I used to be so hot. Everyone wanted me. And it's like, yeah, everyone had you. Your value is gone. What did you think was going to happen? But women don't want to hear that they shouldn't be sleeping around because it diminishes their empowerment or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. But don't make it everyone else's problem in 10 years when you're sad and alone.
What's your body count and does body count matter to you?
What's my body count? My body count is a cool 15. And I think body count matters because I think it shows who you are, but I have a different worldview on body count between men and women.
15's not bad at all.
Just enough, just right.
Yeah, I agree. If it was like over like 30, that's a little much.
I agree.
My body count is 5. I don't know if I should count one of them. They kind of only lasted 30 seconds. Personally, like I said, if it's over 50 or 30, like I feel like that's way too much. But body count really shouldn't matter as long as you're clean and healthy.
There you go. Wrap it or lose it.
Yep.
On a scale from 1 to 10, how freaky are you?
On a scale of 1 to 10, how freaky am I and what's the most freaky thing I've done? I'd say on a scale, it depends on the person. With a person who's not really into it or whatever, I say I'm a 1, just get the job done. If it's with the right person, I'm definitely a 10 out of 10. And the most freaky thing I've done will not be enclosed on the internet. I'm sorry, y'all.
I believe that we need to start normalizing women with high body counts because not every man can get play, but every woman can get play, from men or women or in between. So I think it should just be more normalized because as far as I know, I don't want a man coming near me. So I pick the bear any day.
As a wife in a healthy, happy marriage, I run a strict program. You want to know what it is? I'm going to tell you. I don't play about a lot of things. Okay, I don't play about my husband and I don't play with my husband. I don't play in his face. He ain't gonna play in mine. You understand what I'm saying? I'm Kiara Lachey. Stick around so I can tell you all of the ways that I don't play and how I run this strict program. We've been married for a long time. And one of the things that I also am very adamant about is respect, communication, constant communication. That is important because as I grow as a woman, as I change, as I evolve, I have to keep that communication flowing with my husband so he understands, how to flow with me and I understand how to flow with him. Late nights with your homeboys, we're not doing that. We're grown. We got kids. It's safe in this house. It's warm. It's cozy. We're going to be here. We're going to be cuddled up doing or playing some games or skating around the house. We're going to be doing something safe. Okay. Don't go outside embarrassing me. Don't be in everybody's face. Kiki. Don't be doing all that. We don't need that. I'm not a jealous person, but what you're not going to do is make me look crazy. Okay. And I don't do it either. I'm not going to do that either. I'm very friendly, but I'm also very, very respectful. Okay. You represent me when you walk out the house. I represent him when I walk out the house. You know what I mean? So I'm going to look good. You're going to be able to say, that's my wife and be proud about it. And I want to be able to say, that's my husband. I am. I'm able to say, that's my husband. Yeah, that's my man. My man. Another thing is, if I'm working all day long and I come home, I don't want to have to clean, cook, get the babies ready, all the things for bed and all those things. Teamwork. So teamwork, same for him. If he's had a long day at work, we both are CEOs of our company, a multi-million-dollar supplement company, Just Move Supplements. Shout out to us. Hey, come on. We have long days, right? So when we come home, we do it together. Kitchen, clean the kitchen or get the girls ready for bed and so forth. Keep dating. Period. I talk to him in his love language. He talks to me in mine. He loves affection. I love acts of service. Every single day we do something towards our love languages, feeding our love languages. Ooh, if we're out and we're having a disagreement or something, again, we will talk about it at the house. I'm going to have your back. You're going to have mine. Whether it's wrong or right, it doesn't matter, but we'll talk about it at home. I'm real strict with that. Don't go outside, Ashy. Don't piss me off.
Where's the outfit from? Oh, because we're out here shaming girls that don't have enough clothes on. You fit the description. He's famous. Why don't... Wait, so why don't you have any clothes on? Barely. I mean, it's like something barely covering your top and then... barely. And then your skirt's like up to here. It's the smallest thing I think I've ever seen. Yo, cameraman, get off a rain bed. What's going on here? Like, what goes through your mind when you put it on? Are you doing it for male attention or?
Not for myself.
Oh, that's what they all say. I'm doing it for myself.
I love to do it for myself. Because I'm going out just like wearing sweatpants and a sweatshirt.
No one said you have to do that, but you can wear jeans.
I'm fine with it.
So you only wear that type of stuff?
Oh, no. I have the ability to wear that.
No, yeah, you're allowed to. Like, I'm allowed to punch my cameraman in the face, but I'm not going to.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't want that.
He doesn't want that, right? Just like I would assume like your father and mother wouldn't want you wearing like these clothes out.
It's not like I'm like, what's your Venmo?
Yeah, but you technically are. Your butt's hanging out of your skirt. So you are showing off stuff. Yeah, but just like we're saying, like just because you can doesn't mean you should, you know what I mean? Which is what I'm trying to bring awareness to.
Okay, that's fine.
So next time, wear jeans.
Okay, thank you. All
right, cool. Have a good night.
Welcome back to the Book of Brian, where we use a chalkboard instead of a whiteboard because we done doing what? Erasing black things. And why? Because there's been enough of that in history. Today, we're going over the didn't want this discount. What's that? I'll explain. It's a new equation because my math be mathing. Yeah. Right? The didn't want this discount. CS stands for child support. I believe in child support, right? Yeah. Fellas, if you lay down, be ready to pay down. But I also believe in not bringing children into hostile environments. Meaning if I say, I don't want this and you do want this, that is now a hostile environment. So to bring it back and get it back copacetic to where everybody feel like it's fair, we should enlist the didn't want this discount. Okay, let's plug and play right here. Let's say, for instance, you're going to get $682 in child support, right? The cost of an AB, we know what that is around, let's do the median, it's $500, right? 182 is what that person should have to pay in child support. They said they didn't want it. They don't have no real choice in what you do with your body, but they should have some choice or say so in how they spend that money. And now why I say this before y'all get on my ass, this the amount of effort he gonna get to that kid that he don't want anyways. And we all know there are men out here who will quit jobs so you won't get. So before you have that kid and he say he don't want it, this is the equation you should think about. Is your kid worth $182 or less? Your baby worth more than that. So that means if you tell a man that you pregnant and he don't immediately start naming names,
reason why women get ghosted is they don't understand that after it happens, the onus of the effort shifts to them.
To the women.
To the women. Men are the gatekeepers of commitment and women are the gatekeepers
Yes,
of,
I heard that in the book, yeah.
But in modern dating where it precedes commitment, then we just come up against the women's gatekeeping first. And this isn't even really about men and women. It's about who's like on the outside and who has the power to let them in. So women have the power to let men in, and it happens before commitment these days. So the man's going to be making the effort. He's running offense. She's running defense.
At first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes women think, because they get kind of anchored there, that after it happens, that he's just going to keep trying or keep escalating. And it's like, no, sweetie, you have to make the effort. You didn't just hand over to every man that desires it from you. Why is that man going to hand over commitment just because you want it? You have to go get it. Now you are on offense. He's on defense, and he can let you in or not. And so a lot of women don't try. They don't make the effort, and they also often don't know what to do. They don't know how to secure a man's commitment.
What is the worst thing an ex has done to you?
Nothing, honestly. My ex has actually been really good to me.
What's the worst thing you did to an ex?
I cheated.
I beg your pardon?
Because he accused me of cheating, so I decided I was actually gonna go do it.
Come on now, dog. Who did you cheat with?
A lot of people.
How many people?
Maybe 4 or 5.
Come on, man.
He never found out. I was slick with it. I was slick.
Maybe your father didn't spend enough time with you. Maybe your mother didn't spend enough time. You didn't get the type of attention from your parents.
Bare minimum or king treatment? Massaging his shoulders after work.
Bare minimum.
Always being honest and loyal.
Bare minimum.
Definitely. Texting him good morning first.
I wake up late, so that's probably not going to happen, unfortunately, but king treatment if I do that.
I think that's king treatment. Bringing him a drink while he's working.
Bare minimum.
I think that's king treatment. Planning birthday surprises for him.
Bare minimum.
I think that's king treatment. Getting him a birthday gift. Bare minimum. Surprising him on his birthday. King treatment. Dressing up for date night.
Bare minimum.
Letting him play video games.
No man that I date is going to play video games.
Really?
So I don't have an answer for that one.
For me, low key, that's bare minimum because then I get some alone time. Cooking breakfast for him.
Bare minimum.
Packing for trips for both of you.
King treatment.
Cleaning his apartment as a girlfriend.
King treatment.
Cleaning the house if you guys are married.
Bare minimum.
In the most respectful way, I know I got a bad, so like she could show off game, but she know what's demeanor in her class as a woman. Like she know how to carry herself as a woman. So if she want to show off and wear something that make her look good, she could do it.
I will question the sister and say, well, if we're in a relationship, why would you even want to wear those clothes and want to reveal yourself to anybody other than me, especially on social media?
I feel like I'm sharing the secrets of women that women don't want to tell, but I'm going to share it. Yeah.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah. I think something that women would never want a man to know is truly how much she desires boundaries. She wants to hear no. She wants to see a man who has so much self-control. A man who has self-control and discipline over his flesh is so attractive. And a man who's like, baby, I love you. We're not doing that today, okay? I love you. If he's doing it from the heart posture and reverence of not controlling his woman, that's the difference. A woman can sense heart posture a mile away, and so can men. Men can sense when a woman is being controlling versus nurturing.
This is a perfect example of double standards.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you're the type of woman that's like, I love when a man tells me to be ready by 7:30, he tells me when he's going to pick me up, tells me where we're going, tells me what to wear, plans the entire date, pays for the date, but then when he tells you to cut off a friend that's not good for you, you say, you're not allowed to tell me what to do. Then you don't actually want true masculine leadership. You want leadership when it benefits you and what you want in the moment.
Men, I know you experienced that. You told a woman where to meet you, what to wear, what time, and the place. And as y'all get into a relationship, everything shifts. A lot of women say they want a leader, but don't want to be led. A lot of women say, I will listen, but have a hard time hearing. It's a double standard. A lot of women get in a relationship saying, give me, I. But when it comes down to doing something for a man, it's a non-negotiable. Men, my advice to you is get with women who like you. If she's playing hard to get and giving you problems during the courting phase, that is not the woman for you.
If a woman did everything I wanted, I would marry her. I would have children with her. We wouldn't need a prenup. I'd leave everything to her. If a woman did everything I wanted. As a woman, if I do everything a woman wants, she will leave me. That is the difference you need to understand as a man. There's going to be people telling you that what I just told you is toxic, and then you go find any anecdotal experience from any of your friends, especially those who have been divorced, and they will all tell you that what I'm saying is unequivocally accurate.
A 21-year-old woman and a 21-year-old man, who has the higher marketplace value?
The woman.
25-year-old man and a 25-year-old woman, who has a higher marketplace value?
The woman again.
A 30-year-old woman and a 30-year-old man, who has a higher marketplace value?
A man.
The 35-year-old man and a 35-year-old woman, who has a higher marketplace value?
The man.
And as I keep going in 5-year increments, will women ever overtake a man's marketplace value?
Not in the long term, no.
No. Will it grow at a steady rate, or will it get exponentially larger? Meaning a 50-year-old man and a 50-year-old woman, will they have the same difference between them as a 30-year-old man and a 30-year-old woman, or will it be greater?
It'd be greater.
Thank you. So by math, you've just said women have roughly a 10-year period before their value dips below men. So it doesn't matter if men aren't ready. Women got 10 years.
Okay, that's actually one of the points I agree with you.
But that's at the basis of all my arguments.
Let's talk about OnlyFans culture and city girl culture, because this stuff got normalized way too fast. Somehow we turn selling your body into empowerment. Somehow we turn being desired into being valuable. Somehow we turned attention into worth and dollars. And nobody stopped to ask, what does this cost long term? OnlyFans culture teaches women that access equates power, that if men want you, they win it. And if you can monetize your body, you're smart. But here's the part they don't tell you. Attention is not respect. Desire is not love. And money does not erase spiritual consequences. City girl culture teaches women to use men before men use you. To move off vibes. To get what you can while you can. To not care about tomorrow. But you can't build a future off short-term gratification. You just can't. And before people say I'm grown, it's my body. God knows my heart. Listen to me. God knowing your heart does not mean that he approves of your choices. OnlyFans culture tells women it's just content. But your body is not content. It's a vessel. City girl culture tells women men ain't nothing. But broken men don't heal broken women. And this culture be lying heavy. They don't show the loneliness. They don't show the loss of peace. They don't show how hard it is to turn lust off once you train yourself to sell it. They don't show how hard it is to transition into real love after you built your value on access. The Bible says your body is a temple, not a product, not a brand, not a hustle. And temples aren't open to everybody. This culture tells women to cash in now and worry about consequences later. But later always comes. Later comes when you want real love. Later comes when you actually want peace. Later comes when you want to be seen for more than what you can offer physically. And the crazy part? Men don't even respect the culture they benefit from. They'll consume it and still say they want a wife who ain't like that. That should tell you everything you need to know. City girl culture makes women feel powerful temporarily. Godly womanhood makes women powerful permanently. One feeds your ego, and the other protects your soul. And I'm not saying this to shame anybody. I'm saying this to wake people up. Because freedom without discipline always turns into bondage. So what do you do with this? You stop letting culture define your worth. You stop confusing attention with value. You stop letting money talk louder than conviction. You ask yourself, is this feeding my flesh or costing my future? Because God never called women to be consumed. He called for them to be covered. And this culture may clap for city girls and OnlyFans checks, but heaven does not. And at the end of the day, God does not miss.
Nothing. You didn't ask for anything.
Are you serious? I didn't. Let me see the bag. Let me see the bag.
What is the issue?
Oh my! You can't.
Really? We know the majority of women would get upset if he bought himself something and not her. And you're just okay with your partner not having anything to eat? Whatever happened to caring about the person you're in a relationship with? And it's not hard to just pick out something you think he would like. Some women think that men should read their minds and know exactly what they want when they want it, without having to tell him. Isn't this something that's also implied? And if you can't afford to get him something, why not just take yours and break it in half and then give him a half of it? If you're not going to care about the person you're with, why are you with them?
I just feel like if I'm with someone, I need my needs met. Emotionally, physically, financially, especially financially. I shouldn't even have to think about bills. That's bare minimum to me.
Right.
Rent, utilities, nails, groceries, just the stuff that keeps life moving, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So if a man can't handle that, he's probably not the one for me.
It is not my responsibility when we're dating to pay for your hair, to pay for your nails, massages, your outfits, your servicing. It's not my responsibility because that's her investment into herself to ensure that she's bringing value into the relationship.
Every day, some of the women here on the internet show more and more that y'all did not grow up with fathers. And it shows me that y'all grew up with piss poor mamas. And let me tell you why I'm saying that. No hate on mama. I mean, I know she did the best she could. But I need y'all to understand that after watching the Ryan Davis interview where y'all said that man called his child a gold digger and realizing y'all was lying and all that man was doing was sharing his feelings of how he missed when all his daughter wanted to do was be around him and cuddle up and lay on him because she was a daddy's girl. All that man was saying was, I missed that. And now, unless I'm buying something or unless I'm taking her somewhere or spending money, she don't want to go. What y'all are showing is y'all were never preteen or teenage girls with a daddy that was trying to be active. Because if you're going to be honest like I will, I remember my dad calling early morning before I had to go to school so he could talk to his baby girl. And I would have an attitude because it's too early. I don't want to talk to him. I remember my dad coming to get me on the weekend and I have an attitude because I don't want to go because my friends ain't over here and my daddy don't let me do the stuff at his house that my mama let me do at her house. I remember those days. And I remember only looking forward to going shopping because that was the only thing fun that me and my dad did together. I remember my dad forcing me to go to church. And I remember feeling like, I just don't like coming over here. And guess why I kept going? Because my mama made me. Because my mama made a point to tell me, you have a good daddy. Pack your bag and go spend your time with your father because your father loves you. Pick up that phone and talk to your daddy. He wants to make sure you have a good day at school. But I know a lot of y'all's mamas hated y'all's daddies because your daddy left your mama because of whatever reason and she spewed that hate on you. So when your daddy tried to come and get you, your mama said she ain't gotta go if she don't want to. When your daddy tried to call, she blocked his call from you. So you think your daddy didn't want to be there, all the while your mama was blocking you from having a relationship with your daddy. And if you go back and listen to that interview with Ryan Davis, he says that he was not allowed sometimes to come and get his daughter. He's fighting for more time as they set a co-parenting schedule. Y'all got to stop taking just the clips. Y'all got to stop listening to just one side. What you are not used to is hearing the man's side. And that's exactly what Ryan Davis did. He never called that baby no gold digger. He just recognizes that there were some mistakes made and he's trying to do better now. And what else can we ask for? Right?
You know, looking at the Ryan Davis interview, it just, once again, always kind of circles back around to modern women not wanting to take accountability. Them not ever wanting to be wrong for anything. If you have a child and your child only sees you as a certain thing, you want to correct that thinking, right? A lot of times, you might have two parents in this situation and one parent might always get the child coming up to them and saying, hey, can I have some candy? Knowing that daddy or mama already said you can't have no candy, right? Well, I know daddy is the one that's not going to give me any candy, so I'm going to run to mama, or vice versa. You don't want to be seen as the person that's always the disciplinarian. And there have been a lot of couples that have had fights about that. Why am I always a bad guy? Why am I always a bad person? You got to discipline the person. You got to discipline the child, or we have to be on the same page. It shouldn't be just me telling the child, no, you got to back me up. You got to support me. You got to check in with me to make sure, hey, is it okay for little Susie to have a donut? Oh, no, your mom said, no, you already don't try to play us. Right? So now when Ryan is saying, I feel like When she's with her mom, they do all of these things. But when she comes to me, she don't really look at me like that. She only really looks at me like, oh, buy me this, buy me that. And it makes me feel a certain type of way. Modern women always ask men to be emotionally vulnerable. And then once again, we see with a man being emotionally vulnerable, for some reason, modern women are twisting it. And instead of saying, yeah, you know, I've had a situation like that where I kind of felt like that sometimes too. And I understand how it feels. So hoping that that relationship is repaired and they're working through it. He can get to a place to where he and his baby girl are having fun again. Simple.
Here we go, y'all.
I'm not gonna lie, as a black woman in 2026, it just feels like everybody's going out of their way to prove a point to black women that we should feel less than, and everyone's going out of their way to push all the agendas out there, imaginable, possible, all the things, and everyone wants to succeed in making us feel inferior. And when it doesn't work, celebrities, politicians, everyday people, random people on the street go out of their way to prove a point to us that we don't matter. And it's sad, but at the same time, it's also very weird and it seems obsessive.
I feel like for you to have glasses, you can't be that blind. You just can't. I'm gonna need a lot of you black women to stop confusing discomfort with oppression, okay? Because this whole narrative that you're trying to, spew, that everybody is going out their way to make black women feel inferior or less than, or whatever the case may be, is starting to sound more like a shield than the actual truth that needs to be told to black women. A lot of y'all are just horrible people that don't want to change just because you've been scarred. Like, on some real not every critique is an attack, okay? Not every boundary is disrespect. And not every lack of validation is trying to humble you. Did y'all ever think to yourself that people are actually responding to y'all's behavior? Did y'all ever think to yourselves that people are responding to your choices? Did y'all ever stop to think that people are responding to your badass attitude that doesn't make sense? And instead of self-reflecting, y'all jump to the train of they hate black women. No, they just don't agree with you. Accountability is not inferiority, okay? Correction is not disrespect. Disagreement is not violence. The constant need to be protected from feedback is why a lot of y'all have the mindset of a 4-year-old. Y'all can't demand empowerment while refusing responsibility. And I highly doubt anyone is waking up every day plotting to humble black women. But when y'all turn y'all's confidence into entitlement, when y'all turn y'all standards into superiority, and y'all's preferences turn into contempt to others, people are going to push back. And that pushback doesn't mean that you're being targeted. It actually means that you're being challenged. And a lot of y'all black women don't want to be challenged. Y'all want to be coddled. If you truly don't feel inferior, you wouldn't have to make every critique feel like it's an oppression against black women. I hope y'all understand that strong black women don't collapse under disagreements. And I'm not talking about the type of rhetoric that y'all think is strong. Secure people don't need constant affirmations. And empowered people don't play the victim when things don't go their way. Y'all have got to stop hiding behind this black woman identity to avoid self-reflection. Y'all have got to stop weaponizing our history in the black community to escape accountability. And stop acting like when people challenge y'all, that means that we're diminishing y'all. Y'all hate to understand that growth requires honesty, not a victim narrative.
I can see getting upset about something or feeling a certain way. There's a lot of people, a lot of times, you have a conversation about something and, it goes against what you believe, right? And so you naturally get upset about something and you don't want to hear it. But afterwards, you might go eat, drive around, do whatever. And then you say, well, I had some time to think about it. And, I think you're right. Or sometimes, your pride gets in the way. Your pride gets in the way, and you kind of don't say anything until the next time you see each other. But that next time that you see him, you say, hey, I want you to know that now I was thinking, about that stuff that we talked about. And, I appreciate you saying that you did have a point, right? Because, sometimes people, they don't like to say they're wrong. Most people don't. But at some point in time, as an adult, you need to take accountability, right? And there's too many modern women out here that don't want to do that. And that's a huge problem and a huge reason as to why men have decided to stop dating.
Who doesn't love the good old-fashioned Hollywood trope of the friend zone guy being the right guy all along that was under her nose the whole time? It sounds like something, Julia Roberts would be. Well, oh, wait, she was. This comment. It's funny. I usually hear from men who are upset about being friend zoned. I rarely hear from women who are upset about being friend zoned because, I don't know, women either take it or leave it. I think that's one of the things. And I think the other thing is, women understand the value of having a good friend, and they understand that, if this is someone that we intellectually connect, it doesn't hurt to have another person kind of in my support network. Men don't do well with the friend zone because they see it as you're kind of waiting on bat. They think if I just hang around long enough, she is going to realize what a good thing has been in her face all along. And here's the sad truth. If she friend zone you, you're not the right guy. You were never the right guy for whatever reason. Maybe she's not attracted to you. Maybe there's other lifestyle factors that make you guys incompatible. But you can stick around for 2 months or 2 years. You're never going to be the right guy. And you really have no right to be bitter about it. If she said she only wants to be friends with you, she means it. Now, I have learned from my mistake of friend zoning a couple guys and then finding out later on that when they really aren't going to get anywhere with me, they're not so nice. Going back to my video about nice guys not really being nice guys. I learned that the hard way. So now if I'm not attracted to them, I let them go. I don't try to form a friendship. Gentlemen, maybe that's something that you should be doing too.
Well, I think it's like you said, there's a lot of women out there that look to put somebody in their support network. Men and women have a different relationship, at least with modern women, right? So a man is going to be used as a man would. He's not really a friend to this woman either, right? He's only used whenever she needs something, whenever she wants to go do something. He's still going to have to operate as the man. Do what a man would do. Are you going to be a gentleman? I expect you to be a gentleman as if you were my boyfriend. Now, it'd be one thing if you're, oh, yeah, for sure, I can open the door. Okay. But they're going to expect you to pay. They're going to expect you to drive them around. Treat them to things. Really treat them like a lady. Show me how my boyfriend should treat me. Listen to my issues, right? And then support me in the things that I need, right? Can I borrow $20? That sort of thing. That's how modern women act. So, of course, for the guys that are kind of wising up to this sort of thing, they say, well, I really don't want to be your friend because I already know what it comes with. I wouldn't actually be your friend. I would be, like you said, somebody that you could pull on in the network, that you can say, hey, this person has X, Y, and Z. I think I'm going to use them now. I haven't talked to them in 3 years, but they would be somebody good to use. Or I just kind of hang out with them every so often just to kind of make sure we see each other, we make contact, but I'm not really interested in what he has going on in his life.
If a man has to choose between his children and he's going to choose his every time. Here's stories of men prioritizing their pleasure ahead of their children. Mine happened a couple months after birth. He came home for lunch and expected me to give it up. It was also feeding time for our daughter. He said, "She can wait. You need to focus on me." She was in a bouncy seat screaming the entire time while he grew me 5 feet away. The second he was done, I shoved him off me and picked up my daughter, who proceeded to let out a huge belch. She had been in pain the whole time, and he made her suffer just to get his rocks off. My son was dying after birth in hospital. My ex-husband was more worried about foreplay and his hormones. He helped himself in the car next to me while I was pumping milk to feed my baby. My son died after 9 days in the hospital. My ex constantly wanted me to do it when the kids were awake and needed supervision. They only mattered to him after his needs were met. I would have to set them up with some snacks and a TV show or something and hope for the best, because if I didn't attend to him, he would do things like loudly and abruptly wake them up on a Saturday morning and take them somewhere they didn't want to go for the whole day, even if we had other plans. My ex-husband forced himself on me while our daughter was sleeping on the bed. He raped me on the floor, and I didn't fight back because I didn't want her to wake up and be scared.
Once again, it's funny that you say this because I'm thinking of an issue or a time, at least two actually, where a woman has prioritized her happiness over the family by going and living in another city for 3 months. Thinking of another one where the woman prioritized her happiness by going on vacation for 2 months, even after the man said, "Hey, I need help with these children. What are we going to do? If you could limit your vacation to 1 month, that would be great." Instead, she said, no, I think I'm going to go ahead and go on the vacation. And she went on a vacation. So I see where you're coming from, but you also have to realize that these modern women are out here doing the exact same thing. Number one. Number two, these modern women actually do this not just to their husbands or ex-husbands. They do this to their entire family. "Hey, mama. Hey, daddy, can you keep the kids? I want to go out to the club." Mom and daddy screaming, "Hey, I got to get up and go to work tomorrow. Hey, we got to go out of town." "Well, just take the baby with you." No, I don't have any children. You need to come get your baby." "Oh, well, I'm still over so-and-so's house." Why would you do that knowing that you have a child? I'll tell you why, granddaddy. I'll tell you why, grandmama. Because she's irresponsible and she wants to go do what she wants to go do. It is so crazy to me that you made this video when I'm thinking about a woman right now who's getting divorced. She's actually all over TikTok. Blonde-headed lady. Husband decided to go ahead and divorce her. I think she was a stay-at-home mom. Decided to divorce her. Woman said, "You know what? In 2026, this year, I am prioritizing myself. I'm being selfish because with the age-old line, how can I take care of my kids if I don't take care of myself?" You gotta be joking. You gotta be joking to put this video out there. Idiot. Stupidity. We don't call women losers enough. We don't call some of these ladies losers enough. You didn't even search TikTok for the woman to sit up there and say, "You know what? I left a good guy. He was doing this. He was doing this. He was doing this. Great husband, great man, but I ain't happy. And if I ain't happy, you know, life is too short. I got to find somebody out there, or I got to find somebody, I got to do something out there and prioritize my happiness. What are we talking about right now? What are we talking about?
Do you think women should be responsible for the choices they make?
What does that mean?
I just can't believe I'm talking to an adult right now. You gonna answer the question or no?
What question?
Whose choice was it to get an IUD? Whose choice? She can't do it, huh?
I can't do what?
You can't say it. You can't say anything's the women's fault.
But why highlight that people who get abortions are engaging in casuals?
Well, I would say a good percentage are, partially.
No, 60%, closer to 70% are due to long-term committed relationships.
Well, then what's the other 30%?
Well,
Bitch,
I mean,
come on.
They're not going to answer these types of questions. They're not interested. Anna, what's her name, did the exact same thing. Huh? What did you say? Y'all heard what I said. Y'all hear me talking, but y'all don't want to be held accountable for the stuff that y'all do. Once again, another example of modern women not wanting to be held accountable. Them not wanting to answer questions. Well, what about this? See, a man, what he's going to have to do is he's going to have to eat that. Hey, you did X, Y, and Z, so you're going to have to eat that. If you ain't taking care of your kids, you're a bum, dude. If you ain't taking care of your kids, you're a deadbeat. That's what they're going to call him. They catch him, they're going to put him in jail. Hey, you didn't do X, Y, and Z. We got to go ahead and put you on in there. Well, can I at least go home and do? No, we're going to walk you in there right now. We're going to go ahead and take you back right now. That's what's going to happen. But for some reason, modern women, they don't feel like they have to answer anything. They don't feel like, it's almost like, oh, I'm just going to ignore it. If I ignore it, it don't exist. If I ignore accountability, it don't exist. If I ignore responsibility and integrity, it don't exist.